हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू ixamBee। स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप कि आपका आरबीआई फेज 1 का एग्जाम अच्छा हुआ होगा और many of you still wondering कि हम आरबीआई फेज 2 एग्जाम की तैयारी कैसे करें। स्टूडेंट्स, आज मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा कि आई एग्जाम बी के स्टूडेंट्स आरबीआई फेज 2 की तैयारी ऑफलाइन बैच के थ्रू कैसे कर रहे हैं। स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि हमारे दिल्ली में ऑफलाइन बैचेस चल रहे हैं जहां पर फेज 2 की प्रिपरेशन शुरू हो चुकी है और उसी का ग्लिम्स मैं आपको आज की वीडियो में दिखाना चाहूंगा। तो चलिए चलते हैं एक्सट्रीम बी फेज 2 ऑफलाइन क्लासरूम प्रोग्राम में।
You were the management, what were the things that you could have done or would have done?
Try to out of the whole salary, a portion of that from our
इंटरेस्टिंग इक्विटी भी लेके आए आप, दैट्स इंटरेस्टिंग या
first go and verify if the report of the XYZ is correct or not.
ओके
Because if it is wrong, then maybe the MD could tell it to the workers that this is a game played by the competitors who has to create a distrust. And if that is if it's true, then he needs to work for it. He needs to pay them off for the cut that he has given, maybe in form of cash or in kind of some perk, so that they gain the trust back.
important actually the way to see the problem, because he is now doubting whether the report is correct or not, and we cannot say because in media there are many things which get published. Interesting point. Anyone else? Any other point? No. कुछ और भी होगा? Because these are the ways to see a case. We can look at one case from different angles. And do you feel there is an element of mistrust somewhere? पक्का है वो? Who is more responsible for that? Management. So there is almost a common agreement that it is more the responsibility of the management to build that trust. I think, yeah, that is true. Because ultimately, the control, the information flow comes from the management. So it is the prime responsibility of the management to build the trust. So on the equity side, I think Prachi ma'am can comment better on that, whether that is a way to do it or not. And what about is the essence of leadership in this? Essence of leadership. There is gap from the management side. Lead by example बोलते हैं, हाँ? Yeah, correct.
They can show the commitment, but they could have done a little of cut to show them. Because their 1% cut would also have been an impact for them.
Absolutely. I think this is a very fair point, because how do I see, again, some of the opinion may be personal here, but how do I see and what is happens in most of the places, top leadership, the senior management, they have more ability to sustain the pay cuts. So if I tell you the example in the banking industry, I remember when 2 years back, Yes Bank, the pay cut happened for the top leadership, for senior leadership, not for the junior level, because the room to accommodate pay cut is more in the senior level. So suppose somebody is in a salary bracket of 50 lakh, 1 crore, I'm talking annual. So they people can adjust like 10-20% cut. Despite of that, their lifestyle won't change much. Their saving may be affected. But for a labor who is on a very sustainable salary, so a pay cut will be very, very costly for maintaining the family's expenses, education of the children. So all these are actually important point here. Anything? Sushil sir, आप भी कुछ point लेकर आ रहे हैं? Yeah, you please continue.
So, like you might have read the syllabus. While answering such kind of questions, you have to correlate with the theory. So can you correlate with any kind of a theory which is mentioned in your syllabus? So just first tell me how many leadership theories are mentioned in our syllabus. So
So just see your primary awareness about the syllabus. Yes. Which theories they have mentioned in our syllabus? Yeah, transformational, transactional. Then, so which theories? So you should actually mug up the syllabus, na? Because when I was preparing for civil services, then if you know the syllabus, then it's very easy for you to frame the answer because you just remember the particular topics. For example, some intelligence is there, some perception is there, some theories are there. Then you can correlate. You can write some theoretical part first, then you can mention about the what is situation in the particular case study, and then you try to correlate. So just see in the your mobile and just try to tell me which theories they have mentioned in the syllabus. तो आपको देखो ये ना मतलब पता होना चाहिए कि सिलेबस में क्या क्या लिखा है. हमारा फोकस एग्जाम पर है. हाँ हमें 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 एग्जाम लिखना है ना क्योंकि मान लीजिए ऐसे केस स्टडी आ गई हमें तो हमें वो क्या करेंगे वो केस स्टडी आपको इसलिए देंगे कि बिकॉज दे वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ पर्टिकुलर थ्योरी सो वेदर यू कैन कोरिलेट दैट थ्योरी विद द प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल. यस पढ़िए. चलिए मैं पढ़ता हूँ. सो थ्योरी ट्रेड थ्योरी बिहेवियरल थ्योरी कंटिंजेंसी थ्योरी कैरिज्मेटिक ट्रांजैक्शनल एंड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल. तो यहाँ पर आपने देखा होगा कुछ टाइप के जो लीडर्स होते हैं वो किसी भी टाइप के सिचुएशन को हैंडल कर पाते हैं. अगर आपने हिस्ट्री में एग्जांपल अगर देखे होंगे लीडरशिप के जैसे इंदिरा गांधी का एग्जांपल है या अभी हमारे नरेंद्र मोदी जी का एग्जांपल है तो कैरिज्मा इतना है कि सिचुएशन हैंडल हो जाएगी. ठीक है तो हमें ये देखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर. अभी अगर आप देखो उस टाइम पे अगर कोई केस कोई इश्यू होता है आज के डेट में टाटा मोटर्स में और रतन टाटा अगर आते हैं सामने तो वो इश्यू सॉल्व हो ही जाएगा है ना क्योंकि जब वो आएंगे तो क्योंकि उनका कैरिज्मा इतना है कि सामने वाले कहेंगे कि यार इनका कैरिज्मा इतना है हमारे लिए अच्छा ही सोचेंगे तो हमें ऐसे एग्जाम्पल वहां पर देने भी पड़ेंगे. ठीक है तो इसलिए आपको जो थेरीज है ना इसको कोरिलेट करना पड़ेगा अदरवाइज वो बहुत ही सुपरफिशियल लेवल का अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपका हो जाएगा. ठीक है तो ये आपको सिलेबस में अभी कल के लेक्चर में आपको सिलेबस बोलने वाला पूछने वाला हूँ कि आप सिलेबस बताइए परसेप्शन में क्या लिखा है इंटेलिजेंस में क्या लिखा है थ्योरी में क्या है और वो आपको लिखने में भी जैसे मैंने अभी हम कल से देखेंगे राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस तो आपको अगर ये याद होगा ना सिलेबस तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली पॉइंट्स आ जाएंगे. सिलेबस को देख के आपको उसको कोरिलेट करना है. ठीक है चलिए. यस मैडम यू कैन कंटिन्यू. या
So what's telling about which theories is there, styles are there. This is very, very important because management and the union were having discussion. The premises were there was no trust, right? So the leader actually did not show any strong trait of a leader, right? Because of which the situation ended up. And then the last question I was telling you, you have to first understand the last question, and then the answers will flow from the first and the second. The last question was the essence of leadership. One point was brought out was very relevant is lead by example. We have to lead by example. That is an essence of leadership. You have to be with the group. You cannot ask for sacrifices without sacrificing yourself, right? So it should not be that you have to say for sacrifices. It should be that it comes willingly from the team, and that will come willingly from the team only when they see that happening at the top level, right? So we have to pass that in a non-verbal manner, right? So that is very, very, very important. Another point is having a long-term vision. A long-term vision because pay cuts, the leader can get away in the short term. उसको एक साल प्रॉफिट हो जाएगा, एक साल उन्होंने कॉस्ट बढ़ा दी, पर जो आपने मिसट्रस्ट मार्केट में क्रिएट किया, will you ever be able to build a company in the long term because of that? So that is what we have to have a vision. We cannot have just 1 year, 2 years as our horizon and take decisions according to that, right? So that these are two very important points. And of course, to achieve this, people have different styles. When we are talking about leadership styles, people can achieve this depending on the type of team you are leading, the industry you are in, the external factors factors that exist, but most important being the type of team you are leading. External factors matter, but they can be adjusted, as I said, by collaborating, by motivating people, and that is when we say leadership and motivation goes hand in hand. We may have them as separate topics in the syllabus, but you have to understand them in totality with leadership, right? So this was one short thing to explain you the meaning of leadership, because we may read the actual definition which actually says we are directing the behavior of others towards accomplishment, but you have to understand that that directing cannot be forceful or coercive, right? Because the moment it becomes coercive, uh, the vision becomes short, the vision becomes shorter, right? So the directing actually should be which looks willfully being done by the team, right? So that is when we have to understand the meaning of directing here. I'm going back to the initial topic of management, where we say one of the functions of management is directing. And you will see when we talk about directing, it has 4 subparts. What are those 4 subparts? ये तो थ्योरी क्वेश्चन है यार, इसको तो याद होना चाहिए. Simple, 4 subparts of directing when we talk about management. Rings a bell now? Supervision, communication. Motivation. And last. ओके, बुकलेट में लिखा है, आप लोग पढ़ लीजिएगा, नोट्स नहीं पढ़े हैं. मैनेजमेंट इज इजी एंड इट इज वेरी इजी टू स्कोर, बट पढ़ना एक बार पड़ेगा, बिना पढ़े नहीं होगा, राइट? सो yeah, so you can see that I will give you one more case study to do. Okay, this is the second case we have. So Rohit has been with the company for 5 years. Now we are talking about a manager, and he has grown in this role as became a director now. Okay, 5 years he's performed well in a particular setup and a team, and he's now been promoted as a director. But because of some restructuring exercise that have happened, he has been moved to a different team, right? As a leader in the new team, and knowing that the team shared a strong rapport with the previous leader, Rohit had a tough time gelling up with the team members and forming a bond of trust and camaraderie. While he was sure he was making all the efforts to hit it off with them, the team members were dissatisfied, right? So we have a star performer in a particular setup, in a particular team, but now his team has changed and he's finding it difficult to have that same kind of rapport and relationship with the new team members. One reason that he understood was the team already was loyal to or had a great rapport with the previous leader or manager, right? The team is dissatisfied, and mainly because of his bossy attitude and limited understanding of their actual work. When the appraisal feedback time arrived, the ratings were revealed, and Rohit was taken aback to see a very low overall rating. Okay, so before I move ahead, one simple question. We are saying about overall rating. So how did the team not or being dissatisfied with the leader, with Rohit, reflect in Rohit's feedback? Sorry? Overall team output, okay? Yes, 360. So that is what I was looking for. So, in organizations, we have a 360-degree appraisal system. Okay, what that means is everybody, 360 is a circle, right? You are here, everybody that you are associated with, your supervisors, your juniors, your colleagues, your peers, your customers, everybody give feedback related to you, and that is summed up to arrive at the actual rating, right? So that is how this might have happened, and that's why the team's feedback has also gone in the overall appraisal or the feedback's overall rating for Rohit, right? So the feedback of the team was shared and it was not positive, which explained his poor score. Rohit reacted to it with immediate team meeting. So he called his entire team, held a meeting. He was not happy about it, and he asked what was the problem. Right? Of course, nobody spoke up. Nobody wanted to be identified that they were the ones who gave the negative rating. Nobody, already angry boss, nobody wants to take the blame further. And so Rohit was very disappointed and he ended the meeting saying that everybody will bear the consequences of this. Okay, so this is a situation. What we are talking about is, should a leader whose existence in a role has been questioned through the team reviews work towards replacing the team, or should he introspect and quit? So we are giving two options here. One, he can remove the team, and second, that he can himself resign from this position. Do you think either of them are correct? One is correct, both are correct, both are incorrect. How will you go about analyzing this? So second option is resign. First is fire the team. You can choose both, either or none. Or, of course, with arguments, with understanding, it cannot be as simple as none. Both. Okay, so I have one vote for replacing the team and the reasons. Okay, so I'll keep a count here and also your reasons. So your reason. ओके तो हम टीम को निकाल देते हैं. So who are you saying we should fire the team or we should just replace the team? Okay. So you are with what? Which of the option? None. Okay. The leader. Okay, I have had 3. एक और कर लो इस table पे. We'll have all the 4 options. No. Okay, you're here. Somebody was saying none. Reasons.
The leader needs to introspect himself. Why means what has been done wrong by himself first of all.
Okay.
Because in the passage it has been clearly mentioned that he has a bossy type of attitude.
Okay.
So he needs to talk to his seniors or the previous leader. His previous leader was having very good relationship with the employees. So he needs to talk to him that what kind of relationship was he having. He can have some information about the employees.
Mm-hmm.
He can get to know that how he can maintain good relationship with the employees. This means I think that this information can be availed through by talking to his previous leader.
Okay.
In this way, he can find ways to build a good relationship with the employees.
Okay, so when you say bossy leader, what kind of a style, as per your syllabus, can be related to? Transactional. Okay. Autocratic. Okay. Yeah. So mostly these two. And okay, I'm diverting a bit. What is the difference between autocratic and transactional leadership style?
Transactional leadership is the one which follows the carrot and stick approach.
Okay.
Means he is the leader who will punish also whenever it is required, and he is the leader who also will get the work done by showing some rewards. That is transactional kind of leadership.
And what happens in autocratic?
Autocratic is the one, he is the sole decision maker. He will take the decision.
So in transaction also he will be taking decisions.
Autocratic is a bit harsh than transactional kind of leadership. Ratan Tata can be quoted as a transactional kind of leadership.
Okay, why?
I have read that example somewhere. That's why I'm quoting that now.
Okay, anybody from here? What will you choose and why? Okay. So,
सो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसा लगा आपको हमारा फेज 2 ऑफलाइन क्लासरूम प्रोग्राम? आई होप आपको ये प्रोग्राम पसंद आया होगा, क्योंकि जब हम लाइव टीचर से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, अपने डाउट पूछते हैं, तो चीजें ज्यादा समझ में आती हैं। आप अपने एक्सपीरियंस को कमेंट बॉक्स में शेयर कर सकते हैं, और अगर आप भी इंटरेस्टेड हैं इस पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम के लिए और इसमें एनरोल करना चाहते हैं, तो डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में गूगल फॉर्म लिंक है, उसको जाके भरिए और इस प्रोग्राम के लिए आप एनरोल कर सकते हैं। और जरूर आपको फेज 2 की तैयारी करनी है, क्योंकि ये आखिरी मौका है आपको, अगर सिलेक्शन पाना है तो जल्दी से जाइए, गूगल फॉर्म में रजिस्टर कीजिए और अपने आप को एनरोल कीजिए इस ऑफलाइन फेज 2 प्रोग्राम में। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स, एंड थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग आई एग्जाम बी।